Extrude to curve function is similar to extrude surface function, which generates mesh by extruding a curve in the specified direction. But, it is different from extrude surface function, because the extrusion height is limited by a bounding curve in this case. Choose Extrude to Curve item from Mesh menu, to start this function. Extrude to Curve dialog appears on the right top corner of the window. Set the element type to 4-node quadrilateral element, the extruding direction to Y, the number of divisions to 12, and the extrusion weight to 1 versus 5. Two curves are prepared in advance for this demonstration, as shown on the screen. Select the circular arc, which is divided into 20 segments. Set Source Curve button of the dialog is activated. Click the button. Then the caption of the button turns into Set Bounding Curve, and the button is deactivated. Select the spline curve, which is to be defined as the bounding curve for extrusion. Set Bounding Curve button is activated. Click the button. Then, the mesh is generated by extrusion. The source curve and bounding curve form two boundaries of the mesh. Let's undo the mesh generation, and try another example of mesh extrusion with a different direction. Change the extruding direction to normal. Select the circular arc again, and click Set Source Curve button. Select the spline curve, and click Set Bounding Curve button. Then, the mesh is not generated. And instead, we get a message, insufficient coverage of the bounding curve. This happens, because the bounding curve cannot cover the whole range of extrusion, as indicated on the screen. So, let's try this function again, after extending the bounding curve to cover the extrusion range sufficiently. First, close Extrude to Curve dialog. Press Curve Modification button. Modify the curve by moving one of its control points. Choose Extrude to Curve item from Mesh menu again. Extrude to Curve dialog pops up. Set the circular arc as the source curve. And set the spline curve as the bounding curve. Then, a new mesh is generated between the source curve and bounding curve. This is the end of the tutorial for Extrude to Curve function.